In your headlines, the latest shooting victim has died in the hospital. The COVID-19 vaccine is ready for 5 to 11-year-olds. And Barbetta House has upped their game to another level. From the PTV Broadcasting Headquarters in Providenciales, your number one source for news, I'm Erica Pinales delivering the latest from across the country this Wednesday, March 16th, 2022, right to your door. Newswatch starts now. In today's top story, Newswatch learns that one of those latest shooting victims has died in the hospital, while a family mourns the death of a man shot to death in an area known as the Well South Dock. Police have launched 3 murder investigations in a matter of days. PTV has been informed that the man shot near the Provo landfill on Saturday morning has succumbed to his injuries. Just days after he was ambushed in broad daylight at the Provo dump site, we're told that man has died at the Cheshire Hall Hospital, that case progressing from a shooting to a murder investigation. While yet another was launched late Monday evening around 9 a.m. as police was called to a home in the area residents refer to as the Well in South Dock. A man, we're told, was shot multiple times about the body and was pronounced dead on the scene. Police say the incident may have stemmed from a motive to rob the victim. Meanwhile, the murder investigation into the death of another shooting victim is in progress. The man was found dead in the area of Mary Jane Lane over the weekend. Residents in the area ID'd the victim as Gary Charles. Indeed, a busy week for law enforcement and a tough and heartbreaking one for families of the victims. Anyone with information regarding these crimes are asked to contact police at 911 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS. As Education Week came to an end, the Seventh-day Adventist Church of Blue Hills decided to commemorate their teachers with a celebration held at the church. Take a look. Teachers in the Turks and Caicos, like their counterparts around the world, are satisfied with their jobs, even while largely agreeing that society does not value their profession, a new study shows. In celebration of Teachers' Day and in an attempt to make their teachers feel the appreciation they deserve, the Blue Hills Adventist Church held this celebration.
This afternoon, we celebrated our teachers in this, our Blue Hills Church. For many years, the teachers have felt as though the church needed to do something to make them feel appreciated. And so, as the education department, we felt it was necessary to have a ceremony or a service planned just for them.
As we all know that teamwork certainly makes the dream work, Guthrie explained to Newswatch that if it hadn't been for the cooperation and support from her peers, the event wouldn't have been made possible.
We met as a team. There's a team of us who works. There's myself as a secretary. There's Jermaine Reed and Anne-Marie Campbell who work in this department with myself. Considering that it was Education Week, we felt the urge to also do something as a church. And so we met. We planned and we executed. We were able to give each teacher a token through the kind support from the church and also from outside sponsorship.
We've seen cries from teachers around the Turks and Caicos who claim to feel undervalued for their tireless and dedicated work, and Guthrie reminded Newswatch of the importance of dedicating this day just to teachers.
Teachers' Day for me is very important. It's very necessary because we ought to show our teachers how much we appreciate them. So not only do we want the government to show appreciation to our teachers, but we also believe that as a church, we should do likewise. And so we were happy this evening to have planned this program just so that our teachers can feel special, appreciated, and loved.
The program for the appreciation service was full of impactful pieces, which reportedly the teachers were most thankful for.
We were happy for the fact that we had our pastor, our executive secretary for the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference. We are happy that he was here to share a brief charge with our teachers, which I believe they most appreciated. We were also happy for the different songs that were rendered and the skits and the role play depicting the life of a teacher. We were happy for the music that were shared. It was impacting, and I know that for all the different events and activities that we had for them, we know that they appreciated same.
Guthrie told Newswatch that as the profession of a teacher is the most important one, she hopes that celebrations such as these would continue and take place more often.
Teachers are to be celebrated. Without our teachers, there would be no other profession. Oftentimes they go unappreciated, and we don't want this to continue. So this evening is just the beginning of other great celebrations to come. Our teachers are important. They impact the life of our children. They impact our society. They impact our church. And as such, it is important for us to make them feel the appreciation that they ought to feel.
The secretary revealed that 2 teachers were recognized for the work they've dedicated to the education field over the years.
The education department identified 2 members who we felt needed to be recognized specially. Those 2 members were Elder Marjorie Bassett and Sister Emma Newman. Sister Bassett is a retired teacher. She had her own school. She's also a specialist teacher, and we felt that she deserved to be honored. The other teacher that was honored was Sister Emma Newman, who started teaching at the tender age of 20, young adults. She started teaching at the age of 20. She's now 94, and she still has a school in operation. While she could not make it this afternoon, we wanted to honor her nonetheless, and we thank these 2 teachers for their visionary leadership in the field of education.
Marjorie Bassett was one of the 2 teachers who was recognized as an honored vision for her love towards teaching, which has shown since the beginning of her career at the age of 15 years.
Well, it feels great. It makes me know that teachers are still important, and being in this thing from I was the age of 15, and to show appreciation today really means a lot to me.
Finally, Guthrie elucidated on the church's plan to work at its best efforts to make Teachers' Appreciation even more special in the years to come.
We want our teachers to know that we love them. We want them to know that we appreciate them. As a church, we want to continue this trend where during the education week, we honor our teachers because they deserve it. Oftentimes they are unappreciated, but we want them to know that the Blue Hills Seventh-day Adventist Church appreciates them.
Don't go anywhere. More News Watch when we return.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Seems the COVID-19 vaccine is ready for 5 to 11-year-olds. Just a few weeks ago, health officials released some new information regarding the vaccine. Now, Ministry of Health officials are ready to roll out the program for youngsters.
CMO of the Ministry of Health weeks ago announced that the pediatric doses of the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccines should have arrived in the TCI within a matter of days. However, yet another delay led to its arrival just last Thursday, and officials have now rolled out the vaccine program for younger children. The Ministry of Health is inviting parents to begin to sign up. However, not before seeking advice from the child's pediatrician or primary health care provider. Officials say a single vial contains 10 doses and can inoculate 10 children. However, while adults are considered fully vaccinated just 2 weeks after their second dose, 5 to 11-year-olds will have to wait a total of 4 weeks to be considered fully vaccinated. These vaccines are officially available just after reports that the lower dose vaccine may not be as effective as expected, with reports suggesting that it offers little protection against the COVID-19 virus in younger children. The Ministry of Health and Education announced their plans to launch consent forms throughout the schools in order to garner parental consent in having school-age students vaccinated. It is reported that while the vaccine has been proven safe for children, its efficacy is being questioned at just 12% for children in that age group. Again, the vaccine is now available for children ages 5 to 11 years old.
The Mediterranean Caribbean cuisine-filled restaurant Barbetta House has revamped and upped their game to another level. We bring you the details.
The new Barbetta House, we basically have a new tapas area, and also we are doing Mediterranean with Spanish Mediterranean with a touch of Caribbean flair as well.
The new lounge offers a warm and inspired atmosphere which is said to be perfect for an intimate gathering or with friends and family.
Okay, what makes it different is the ambience. We are doing local cuisine with local products with a little bit of flair, and also the prices is very great as well.
Reportedly, the restaurant's tapas menu is updated frequently, where you can always find your favorite cured meats and cheeses and a much wider variety. However, we do understand that new options have been added to the menu again due to the revamp.
We have the conch bruschetta, we have the conch fritters, also we have vegetable bruschetta, we got shrimp cocktail, also on the main menu we have the paella, which is you could get it in seafood, chicken, or you can get a full house, which is both chicken and fish, seafood as well. We have Cornish hen, steaks, local fish, on a snapper, which is crusted. We have a nice crust on that top of the snapper. So we're mixing it up. You get a variety of different cuisines. Spanish, you get a little bit of also Mediterranean, and then you get the local cuisine as well.
Barbetta House, which is conveniently located at the Somerset on Grace Bay Resort, has said to be open since December and since has gotten great feedback from customers on the savory food.
You can come to Barbetta and relax. It is not a stuck-up place, basically. It's a relaxing environment. You can choose to have tapas style, you can choose to have dinner. We also can start to do some specials as well. And come and enjoy yourself, basically. Bring your friends, bring your family. It's not just for adults only. You know, it's an open restaurant.
Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Coming up next is your weather forecast.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Here's the latest in your weather forecast. Here's your weather forecast for March 17th, 2022. For the nation's capital, Grand Turk, on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 80, low 76, winds east-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. For South Caicos on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 80, low 76, winds east-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. For North and Middle Caicos on Thursday, mostly sunny skies, high 83, low 76, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For Parrot and Pine Key on Thursday, mostly sunny skies, high 82, low 77, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And on Providenciales on Thursday, mostly sunny skies, high 82, low 77, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Now for your sunrise and sunset. Sunrise 6:57 a.m., sunset 7 p.m. And for your high tides and low tides, high tide 7:50 a.m., 8:09 p.m., and low tides 1:37 a.m., 2:01 p.m. And that's it for your weather forecast. We'll be right back with more News Watch.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence.
We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future. I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
Welcome back to News Watch. Sometime in January, roughly 5 weeks ago, Honorable Josephine Connolly, the Minister of Agriculture, launched an agro-grant incentive program in North and Middle Caicos. Since then, 9 farmers have been approved for grants. We bring you the details. The idea behind the grant incentive is to encourage new and existing farmers who wish to invest in modern farming technology or other upgrades on their farms to resist the effects of the changing weather patterns, reduce labor reliance, introduce efficient use of water, reduce cost of production, improve health and safety, as well as food safety.
It's so good to see each and every one of you. I promised you that I was going to do this, and that's why we're here this morning. And you are the first to be granted an agro grant. As you know, part of my government's mandate is to make sure that food security is in place. And we want you to take this grant, and we want to see you do your best, because I would like to be able to sell as much food from you guys than buying it from the supermarkets. So I'm depending on you to do well, and I wish you well. This is the first set of grants. I think we still have some pending, so all is not lost. I received a phone call from a few people asking me about their grant, but they're still going through the process. But I can see North Caicos benefiting from 98% of the grants that we have. So I implore you to use it wisely.
Agro-development and food security is key to building a sustainable country, the government has said, and with the various challenges and pandemic now being faced, it is important to invest in the agricultural sector.
My main project is to rejuvenate all the staples that we were used to having in North Caicos. That's like corn, okras, sweet potatoes, cassavas, pumpkins. But I also do corn on a larger basis because I turn corn into grits and corn flour. So today I'm externally grateful to the government of the Turks and Caicos Islands, and that especially Ms. Connolly, Honorable Connolly, who has taken the bull by the horn and leading us into this venture that we are at, this stage at the journey that we are about to begin. I am eternally grateful for the Agriculture Department, the MSME program, and all the other farmers like my buddy Courtney here, who we always have arguments about agriculture. But those are the things that I would like to see.
Casey Higgs, the owner of Caicos Traditions, a company she says strives to preserve the traditional staples that the people of the island have always been accustomed to, demonstrated that with the right amount of support from the government, food security and the reproduction of more staples is attainable.
And today I also walk with some of my goods that I grow in my farm. I do have rosemary on a large scale.
Leave that right there.
Pigeon peas, we are all accustomed to pigeon peas. I couldn't bring the frozen ones, so I bought the dry so that you would know. Dry beans. I also do, this is the corn flour that I mill from the corn. And we have two products, the corn flour, the grits, and the husk. The husk is used for my compost bin, and the grits and corn flour, I market them through IJ along with my beans and pumpkins, sweet potatoes, and cassavas. So this is proof, testament, that these things can be grown and are grown in North Caicos. With the grant that we are getting now, they would be able to be more reproductive, more grown on a larger scale. That means when I ran out, Courtney's there, Mr. Mizik is there, Mr. Robinson is there. So this is a partnership. Agriculture is not just a selfish thing. What I learned from agriculture, that's probably why I love it so much, it takes a lot of sharing and giving and taking, bartering, you know, and I love that about that. So I want to thank everyone who has contributed in making today successful, especially Arnold Carnbley.
Emmanuel Mizik, better known as Manny Mizik, a senior farmer, gave remarks and extended a heartfelt thank you to Honorable Connolly for, as he said, fulfilling the promise that you and your government made to the people.
Thanks for the interest you and your government is showing in farming. Welcome to those who are just getting involved. Courtney and I caught hell. He started a little before me. That is why I pointed to you to be first, because you're nearer to the port than I am also. It takes money to buy land. And it takes money, more money, to farm the land you buy. I bought over 70 acres in North Caicos. I still own it. It takes money to farm that. And I welcome all of you trying to get involved. Pay special congratulations to every minister of your government who is backing you in this thing called farming, because we need this. By the way, let me hear all the farmers in here say we can do it.
Oh yeah, we can do it. We can do it.
We're going to do it.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm ready to do it because at 89, almost 89, for me to be here, you know I gotta be serious.
The announcement of the grants as proved was welcomed by all the farmers, along with the announcement of the new Director of Agriculture, Wilhelmina Kissensing. And that brings us to the end of this edition of The Real News. I hate to leave you so soon, but of course, you can join us right back here every weekday at 6:30 p.m. and tap into our social media platforms at www.ptv8tci.com. I'm Erica Pinales, keeping you informed, updated, and affiliated. Until next time.